This short video will show how you can create a resizable UI to work on any screen resolution. Two new controls to help this is the Table Layout panel and the Flow Layout panel. We'll start by creating a Table Layout panel, and by default you can see it creates a 2x2 grid, which we can go and change in the property grid. We'll go and change the columns. You can see it's created two, each being 50%. We're going to change that to 25 and 25, and we'll go and add in two more columns, and we'll change this. You can see it can be either absolute in pixels or a percentage. So if we change that to 25 and this to 25, we can now see we've got 4 columns. We can do the same thing with the rows. We'll add in 2 rows, and we'll change this to 25. Okay. So now we've got a 4x4. We can also go and dock this. First of all, let's go and put this with a nice snapping to the edge there and to the edge here. And we can say we want this table to be anchored to the top left, bottom right of the form. So now, as we resize the form, the grid is resized as well. We can also put controls into these panels. You can see by default it puts it to the top left. We can change this by removing the top and left anchoring, so it positions it in the middle nicely. And we can go and copy this. Let's go and copy that 2, 3, 4, and we'll just go and copy in 16 buttons. There we go. And again, when we go and resize this, it's now nicely laid out, so you can, as it resizes, the UI is laid out correctly. So that's great. That's the table. We've also got the Flow Layout panel. Let's create a smaller one here. If I go and add in a button and then another, you can see that it puts it across, and then when there's not enough room, it will flow it down onto the next line. And we'll just go and add in a couple of buttons here, which is cool. And if we go and resize this flow layout, you can see that these buttons are flowed so that it fills up the whole area. Now you'll see that some buttons have disappeared down here. That's because it's so small it can't fit everything in. What we really want to have is a scroll bar, so we can set that to true, so even on a very small screen you can still see all the buttons in there. You can also go and change how it flows. You can go from left to right, you can go right to left, you can go top to down, and you can go bottom to up. So if we go and change it back to top to down, as we go and move the control up, it puts it up to here. So again, we can go and then anchor that panel to the form, so that whenever the form runs, it resizes the flow layout and you can get your nice grid. And then what you can do is make sure that when that starts up, the default window state is actually maximized. So that will run at full screen with all your controls laid out and resized, positioned relative to the size that you've got on the screen. Two very powerful new panel controls for making this kind of task much easier. Thank you very much.